Hey guys, what's up? We're back for another GTA 6 leak. The interaction feature surely will be so wild. Too much expectation in GTA 6. Don't expect too much. Facts and more. Come with us as we disseminate everything. But before we get started, don't forget to smash the like and subscribe button for more awesome content. There's a cool feature that might be added to the game. It's the interaction menu, which allows you to pick objects up and interact with them. You can also interact with people by threatening them, like in Red Dead Redemption 2, and these mechanics make the world feel more realistic and immersive. It appears that Rockstar is incorporating everything they learned from Red Dead Redemption 2 into Grand Theft Auto 6. This could be used in strip clubs and stuff where you can interact and threaten them to do what you want with them. Imagine picking up new girls from a strip club every day. Probably one of the reasons why I'll be playing GTA 6 every day. It feels like claiming daily prices. The idea of an interaction menu for Grand Theft Auto 6 is seen as plausible given the development of gameplay elements from earlier games, including GTA Online and Red Dead Redemption 2. Specific details and functionalities remain unverified until official announcements are made by Rockstar. Previous leaks suggest that the interaction menu will allow players to manage various aspects of gameplay, including equipment and gear, which is consistent with the mechanics seen in Red Dead Redemption 2. Other features that are anticipated to be included are inventory management, access to vehicle options, and more immersive gameplay, similar to what players experienced in previous games. I mean, having to converse with those strippers has been my dream ever since GTA San Andreas. I guess I will have no choice but to buy an Xbox and play the game with it. I won't be going out for maybe a month or so after the release. Technology is moving much more slowly these days. For example, the difference between the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 is enormous, and the difference between the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 is not that big. This means that you can't really make a technological leap to make things different and better. Therefore, I believe that GTA 6 won't be very different from GTA 5. Maybe they'll pull it off. Maybe it will be amazing. But I think some people may have high expectations. Let me clarify one thing though. Even if we simplify and say there isn't much of a difference between PS4 and 5, there's no room for revolution. Red Dead Redemption 2 and GTA 5 popularity have pushed the bar high for GTA 6. Because of the popularity and caliber of these games, players might have high expectations, which could cause them to be disappointed if GTA 6 falls short of those goals. It takes skill to create a modern open-world game that satisfies current standards. The development team is faced with obstacles that might be more difficult to overcome than those in other projects, which could result in features or gameplay compromises. Because of the high expectations, early leaks and gameplay footage have already caused controversy. Players who criticize material that is still in development create a precedent that the finished result might not live up to the inflated expectations that have grown. Concerns concerning Rockstar's present course have been raised by the GTA Trilogy, Definitive Edition's mixed reviews, as well as the game's monetization techniques in GTA Online. These problems could affect GTA 6 quality and emphasis, making players wonder if the game will live up to the legacy of the brand. It's also possible that Rockstar will give the GTA 6 online component more importance than the single-player campaign, following the pattern seen with GTA Online. For those who are only interested in single-player gaming, this could result in a less fulfilling narrative experience. The intense excitement surrounding Grand Theft Auto 6 may have created inflated expectations. Upon release, players may be disappointed because they were hoping for groundbreaking additions or improvements that are just not possible within the confines of the game. It's important to remember that Grand Theft Auto 5 was originally developed and released for the Xbox 360 and PS3 consoles, which were released in 2005 and 2006 respectively. These devices were released nearly 20 years ago. GTA 5 was developed and released for these consoles over 10 years ago, and I believe that's plenty of time for a revolution. GTA 6 hasn't been announced for the PS4 and Xbox One, but for the PS5 and Xbox Series, so we should actually compare the leap from PS3 to 5. And yes, I am aware that GTA 5 was released for the previous generation of consoles in 2014, but it was still really good looking for its time. I don't think so. The first GTA GTA 6 trailer looks insane, and it will undoubtedly be one of the best looking games ever. If you're wondering if the transition from San Andreas to 4 will be similar, we can already say that it won't be that big because of how quickly technology and gaming advanced in the early 2000s. There's no doubt that things appear to be slowing down, or at least shifting slightly, but the 10 years that separated Grand Theft Auto 5 and 6 have undoubtedly given Rockstar Games the opportunity for a revolution. Additionally, I would like to point out that the development of GTA 4 began in 2004, just 1 month after the release of San Andreas, whereas that wasn't the case with GTA 5, as that game's development didn't begin until 2008. Rockstar had begun to conceptualize what would eventually become Grand Theft Auto 5 by the end of Cycle 4, but proper development wouldn't start for another 2 years after Niko Belic's debut. At the time, Rockstar Games president Leslie Benzies stated that the idea came first, followed by the question of where the game would be set, which defined the missions. You're doing different things in Los Angeles than in New York or Miami. The map and story are developed together, and the story is a basic flow of how it works out, so you can layer the missions in the same scenario that occurred with GTA 6. So the game hasn't been in the works for more than 10 years, but far less. It is inconceivable that the development of Grand Theft Auto 5 began immediately following the release of GTA 5. At that time, the majority of the team most likely shifted to working on Red Dead Redemption 2 full-time. And yes, some people probably began brainstorming ideas for the next GTA game, but we can't exactly call that the full development cycle. Developers weren't writing code, artists weren't creating assets, and prototyping was taking place to figure out what they wanted to do, where they wanted to go, what the story could be, and other such things. According to John Young's LinkedIn profile, a former Rockstar Games developer, he worked on Grand Theft Auto 6 from 2015 to 2018, presumably confirming that the game was in development about 2 years after the release of GTA 5 and 4 years prior to the official announcement of GTA 6. However, according to a number of sources, the development was restarted around 2018 or 2019 after the release of Red Dead Redemption 2. This makes a lot of sense in my opinion. On the one hand, it may seem unfortunate that the studio didn't spend a full 10 years perfecting every detail of the game, and there is some truth to that. But on the other hand, consider how much has changed in the game development industry and how much new technology has emerged. We didn't really get any big additional content like story DLCs. We have already seen more realistic NPC behavior in Red Dead 2, so it makes sense to expect the same, albeit more advanced, in the next Grand Theft Auto. NPCs with believable routines just going about their day, partying, or hanging out with their friends aren't just background details. They're going to make the world feel more lifelike. I mean, Rockstar has probably learned a lot from working on the RDR sequel, so notably speaking, GTA 6 won't be a disappointment in my own point of view. I believe we were able to cover the majority of the interesting things that came up, but if there is anything noteworthy that we can add to the next video, please let me know in the comments section below. Alright guys, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, hit the like button and the subscribe button, leave a comment down below of what you guys thought of this video, and yeah, we will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
Trust.
Trust.